Can film fantasy come alive?
After 5, that's my best time.
As they say, only in America. Well, Universal Studios are certainly a great day out. You get to see how the movies are made, and who knows, one day you might even be spotted by a famous movie director. I know I haven't given up hope. That's a wrap, by the way. Oh, Mr. Spielberg! Mr. Spielberg!
Sadly for Ken Andrew, Mr. Spielberg was busy, but it didn't stop him living out his fantasies at Universal Studios. And that's one of the beauties of the place. A place where you can dream and where dreams can come true. And where every member of the family, whatever their age, can enjoy themselves.
Now, let's have a look at the day's events in your area with Central News.
Good evening from the Central Newsroom. An elderly woman's been seriously injured after a gas explosion at her home.
The force of the blast blew windows out of the house in Evesham. It's thought the gas cooker exploded. Winifred John, who's in her 80s, suffered serious burns. She's been treated at the burns unit at Selly Oak Hospital in Birmingham. Neighbours ran out of their homes when they heard the explosion.
I was sat in the kitchen actually, and I heard this bump, which I thought was one of the grandchildren jumped off the bed, you know. And then the son's car alarm went off on his van. The wife came to the front window and says, "Better come quick."
The health and safety executive is investigating.
A woman who was sterilised is planning to take legal action against a hospital because she's pregnant.
25-year-old Lynette Ray was sterilised at Birmingham Women's Hospital after her third child. But now she's discovered there's another baby on the way.
Quite shocked, disbelief, couldn't believe it.
Because the hospital had told you what?
It was 1 in a million
Yeah.
chance.
Did you believe it all?
I did in the end when the morning sickness, but not in the beginning.
And you've decided you are going to have it?
Yeah.
This is unusual when women do get pregnant after they've been sterilised, but we do explain to them beforehand that it isn't a 100% guarantee. 99.9% yes, but certainly not 100, and she is unusual in this aspect.
What will happen now?
Well, we are supporting her through it. We advised her when she first became pregnant what all the options were, and we've talked her through reaching her own decisions. And obviously we'll support her through her pregnancy if she wants to go through it, and I understand she's actually booked in to come back and have the baby with us.
Lynette is expecting her baby by the middle of June next year.
An elderly woman has died in a fire at her home. Mary Leach was rescued by police officers who saw smoke coming from her home at Trent Vale in Stoke-on-Trent. Fire officers tried to resuscitate her at the scene. A disabled youngster has been given some independence, thanks to her friends and neighbours.
4-year-old Sophie Henschel loves to play with her 6 brothers and sisters. The only difference between them is that Sophie suffers from cerebral palsy and she can't get about by herself. But now that's all about to change. Friends and neighbours from Newcastle in Staffordshire have just raised £7,500 to buy her a very special, state-of-the-art wheelchair for Christmas.
Happy Christmas, Sophie.
Well, basically, it gives her a freedom, independent mobility. She gets to play with her brothers and sisters independently. As any child learns through experience, this means that Sophie has the opportunity to experience in her own way and learn as other children do.
Sophie was a premature baby. Her parents say that incorrect treatment at birth left her disabled and they're fighting for compensation. But until they get some cash, virtually every extra the little girl needs has to be paid for by fundraising. It didn't take Sophie long to master the controls on her new wheelchair, so when Santa rang her up at her Christmas party, she was able to get to the phone under her own steam and say thank you for her wonderful present.
And that's all from the weekend team. Good night.
Central Weather, sponsored by Stay Bright Windows, the clear choice in any weather. Hello again. Well, we've got the odd snow shower dotted around the region for the next few hours, and although things are staying cold, it's not quite the freezer job that we had last night. The cold northeasterly breeze actually stopping the temperatures from falling much lower than -1 tonight, but still low enough for another widespread frost and some ice where there was a shower today, so watch out for that. A mix of bright spells and cloud tomorrow morning. There'll be a few snow flurries in that cloud first thing as well, and they will become more widespread during the day. But the temperature again is the main thing, pretty low, no higher than 2 Celsius for us there, and that with a biting northeasterly wind on top does mean another bitterly cold feeling day for us. So wrap up warm whenever you're going out over the next day or two. That's all for now. Enjoy this evening.
Central presents 12 of the world's top snooker players in action, aiming to raise more than £250,000 for charity in what promises to be one of the most exciting events in the snooker calendar, including a special celebrity challenge. The Liverpool Victoria Charity Challenge starts next week on Central.
Once upon a dream. La, la.
Walt Disney's Sleeping Beauty is next on Central.
The MFI sale is on now. Up to 40% off bedroom cabinets, 29 bedroom styles, all reduced. Bedrooms like this beautiful Nimbus with all these units and a 3 metre by 4 metre carpet, all for under £200. The sale's on right now at MFI and MFI Homeworks. Be there.
Find your oasis at Oasis Forest Holiday Villages. Call 0990 086 086.
I think I'll just powder my nose.
Kleenex quilted toilet tissue is specially quilted to give it cushion softness and super absorbency.
We're going to get that new kitchen after all. How did you persuade him? I've got my ways.
At MFI and MFI Homeworks.
He was Bond, James Bond, and he was licensed to.
Don't. It's impossible. Knowing you only 2 days and all I can think of is how we would be together.
Dangerous.
Rhodopian.
Timothy Dalton stars in the James Bond film, The Living Daylights, tonight at 8 on Central.
There's the beast, here's the beauty.